You are your own biggest enemy in your life right now. And the reason for that is because you choose to live a life of comfort every single day you wake up. Think about your daily routine right now. You probably wake up, you either start working or you go to work, you go through the motions, you come back, you relax, you go to sleep, and you rinse and repeat, and you do the same thing again. Ask yourself, when is the last time that you tested yourself? When is the last time that you pushed yourself? When is the last time that you took yourself to your physical limits, your mental limits, or something in between? It probably hasn't happened recently. And that's the very reason why you remain stuck where you are right now. So then how do you break through? You've got to accept the fact that comfort is the very enemy of growth. And whenever you end up remaining stale or stagnant in your life, it's because you are not pushing boundaries that unlock the next phase of your growth. Now, if you think about all of the core components of life, whether it's going to the gym or whether it's working, whatever it is, right? The biggest breakthroughs come when resistance is the greatest, right? And so to get stronger when you're training, it's because you're lifting weights, you're breaking down the muscle, and then the muscle comes back stronger. When you think about the biggest breakthroughs that you've had, they're always going to come off the back of the biggest setbacks. Those moments that you think about, well, why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? And then you actually get to the other side. And then all of a sudden it's clear. You realize now you're stronger. You've learned something new. You're more efficient. You've grown. You become a new version of yourself, ultimately because of the setback. And without that setback, you'd be exactly where you still were. You wouldn't have become that new version of yourself. You wouldn't have learned that new lesson, and you would have remained stale and stagnant in your life. I just got back recently from a Krav Maga training camp over in Italy. If you don't know what Krav Maga is, it's a combat training system from originally it was for the Israeli military. I've been doing it for several years now. I'm super passionate about it. But while I was out there in Italy, I was pushed mentally and physically more than I have been in a long time. On average, we were training anywhere between 6 to 10 hours, minimal breaks. And we were doing everything from training underwater to being on the beach to being in non-air conditioned training environments. And it was a group of us. Several people dropped out and couldn't quite get to the end. It was a real challenge, right? And there were moments where I was laying in that bed. You picked up micro injuries throughout, as you can imagine. You're doing a lot of combat and hand-to-hand type of training consistently, right? So you pick up niggles, you're aching, you're sore, you're tired. I was getting bitten endlessly by mosquitoes, which didn't make it any easier. And so there's so many reasons for me to quit. There were so many reasons just to say, look, Alex, enough. It's 6 days, it's day 3. Let's just leave it alone here and move on, right? That would have been the easy thing to do. But I persevered. I did absolutely everything all 6 days. I did the activities in the daytime, in the afternoon, and in the night. I did everything, and I committed that to myself. And through doing that, I was made to be uncomfortable consistently, right? There were multiple times it was like a war with my mind, right? I was having to think, why am I doing this? What is it that's pushing me through? But I saw it all the way through to the end. And by doing that, I've unlocked a completely new version of myself, because I learned about myself and I've given myself evidence to say, when it gets tough, I push through. I already had that mindset, right? That was something I'd cultivated over the years, but you don't really know what you're made of until it gets tested and pushed. So as much as I would say to myself, I'm the type of person that will push through when it gets difficult, you don't know till you're in it. But I was able to prove that to myself over and over again throughout those 6 days. I was able to show myself that I'm a fighter. I was able to show myself that I'm strong, that I'll push through, that I'll do whatever it takes, that I won't quit, that I have no fear. All of these mental models that I built into myself over the years, I had to test it. I had to prove it. And to do that, I had to get pushed. I had to get made to feel uncomfortable. And this is the exact message that I'm sharing through this video, is you've got to ask yourself all of these things that you tell yourself day to day, that you are capable of this, that you're able to attain more abundance in your life, that you are this type of person. It's not enough to just speak it. You've now got to give yourself evidence that you are that person during crunch time. And it's through those moments when you show yourself that you are that person through crunch time, that's when you unlock the new version of you. Saying it is not enough. You've got to be it, you've got to do it, and you've got to show it, right? That's what it's all about in life. I'm here in London right now. I'll quickly show you out the window here in the financial district. Just taking it in. It's a little bit grey out there, but I came out here I was in Dubai for a couple of days after the camp, and then I came out here just really to allow my brain, body to recover, but also just to see family, loved ones, etc. And it's been a great experience, and I've been able to reflect so much more on what I went through that experience in Italy since I've been back here. And that's where it really made all of this sit and cement home for me, to say, actually, I really have unlocked a new version of me. I really, really have. And that only came from allowing myself to be uncomfortable. That only came from pushing through when it got tough and it got difficult. And I saw other people saying actually it was just too much for them, right? And so the message from this is to think about right now, what can you actively do and choose to do to make yourself uncomfortable today, this week, this month? Set a plan for a new challenge that you're going to do, to set a new bar for your life. Commit to it. And then when you get to it, show yourself who you actually are. Give your brain and body and your mind evidence of you being who you say you are, and then go out there and get after it. And off the back of doing that, you will unlock a completely new level and a completely new version of yourself. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, be sure to connect with me through the links I'll leave in the description box below. And outside of that, make sure that you keep climbing and keep crushing it, and I will see you soon.